It's Alex Hormozi.
Yeah.
Good. How much money do you think you've helped people generate with your books?
Probably a few billion.
Are you serious? I'm down 40K. How do I get my money back?
In Vegas? Fix a fight?
He's in that business.
You're a best-selling author. 2.9 million books in 24 hours.
Yeah, it was the Guinness record for nonfiction. So $106 million in sales.
Let's talk about how, because this fascinates me. Dude, your wife, Leila, you guys are super in love. And you guys work together?
Was the first date in like a boardroom?
Yeah, she tried to cancel on me. She's like, I feel sick. I was like, you sound fine.
She makes you dinner and makes you money?
So one of my first mentors, he was like, every other cost you money. He's like, this make you money. I think the reason that my content has done disproportionately well is because I speak at a 5th grade level when it comes to business.
The easiest way to make $1 million is buy something that's $10 million, buy it for 8, and you sell it to somebody else for 10.
The easiest way to make $1 trillion is to find something that's worth 100 trillion.
If you do nothing at all, you'll get criticized. If you do anything at all, you'll get criticized. How do you know my works? It's like, well, the book about monetization made $100 million in a weekend.
This guy's on. Yeah, I guess.
No, we could have pulled it off.
Yeah, I
dude.
guess you're right.
Somebody should have checked in with us, dude. We were down 40K. We would have loved to throw some weights.
What do you mean we? What do you mean we down? What you mean we, dude?
What the hell's wrong with you guys?
What do you mean we down 40K? I'm down 40K.
I gave you the 10K at the end of the night.
That's my money.
Yeah, but I took it out of your bank account. So I had something to do with it. Okay, and I lost some of my own money, not as much as you. By the way, you're being pretty braggadocious about your suckiness on the tables. You sucked.
No,
last
it's
night,
this
dude.
trip. It's this trip, dude.
Terrible strategy.
It's
Terrible strategy.
What are you talking about?
Well, let me ask you a question. If you're going to play on roulette, why not pick the numbers that actually hit? Have you ever thought about that before, bro? All you did was pick the wrong numbers and the wrong colors all night.
He is right. He is right. I guess I didn't think about that.
Well, something
Yeah,
to think
I
about.
should have just picked the right numbers, right?
Something to think about, dude.
Dude, Alex.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Thanks for having me.
we're in your building.
Yeah, this is your
for having
building.
us,
Your show.
dude.
This is your building. These
like
are
a
your
hybrid.
couches, and
Yeah.
this is where you shoot as well.
No, this is Leila's.
Oh. Well,
Nice and neutral.
yeah, it's really nice. The
Yeah.
colors, everything is like, yeah, I feel cozy. Yeah, no, thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Acquisition building.
Yeah.
Looks awesome.
Thanks, man. I
Built
appreciate
the
it.
whole empire. We could feel it, man. Here, ladies and gentlemen, it's Alex Hormozi.
Yeah.
Good. Shit. Logan and Mike.
Hey, hi, ladies. Hey, thanks for having us, man.
So I mean, look, I'm down 40K. How do I get my money back?
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Fix a fight?
He's in that business.
Oh no!
Got him.
Wow. So, dude, your wife Leila.
Yeah.
You guys are super in love,
Yeah, she's awesome.
and you guys work together.
Yeah.
Does that ever not work out?
So we started working together pretty much like on our first date. We like talked only about business for 4 hours, and I was like, "Listen, if this doesn't work out, you should totally quit your job and work for me no matter what."
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I like propositioned her to work for me, and so I like basically every time I saw her for the next 21 days, because I saw her every day after that, I was like, "You should quit your job and join me." And then after 3 weeks, she was like, "All right, I'll do it." And so we pretty much like worked together almost. We had like almost a more intimate work relationship before we had a more like intimate like, you know, dating relationship. And
That's
then we
like
kind of
the
had to
same as
learn.
us, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but what about the inevitable fallout that happens, like with all my friends?
Oh.
We haven't.
No, we had a couple falling outs.
Yeah, but we're stronger than butter. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. Go. Sorry. Which the fallout where? On the business side or the relationship side? Or
both.
Both.
No. Actually, only relationship.
Why don't we ask it like this? How do you balance the two?
I think that we just don't actually try to balance the two. Straight up. No, just like if we have like, I think if we're not having a good time, it's just like, hey, I need some more like us time. And it's like, all right, cool, let's do that. And then I think it's just like if one of us notices it, we let it know and the other person corrects, and then just let things keep sliding. I think we just haven't really judged much about it because like she and I work a lot.
I imagine there's got to be a decent amount of like give and take on both. Well, probably the business, right? Because you're both coming with ideas. Does anyone have the final say?
Yeah, I think we run things pretty. I don't know. We've been working together for a long time, so like we have a pretty good setup. Like it's more that like we have domain specifics. Like I'm not gonna like. Leila has an opinion on like some sort of recruit or person that we're, some talent that we're bringing in, I'm like, that's you. Like, I think this, if you know her better or know him better, then like, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And if I'm like, hey, I think this is the, marketing angle or brand angle I think we should take. She's like, okay. But then she'll push back of like, we can't do that this quarter because of these 3 things. And if you think this is more important than these other 3 priorities, I'll be like, nah, you're right. Like, those things are more important. And so, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think I wish I had a sexier answer, but we have domains that are ours. And then when it comes to big strategic decisions, we just talk it through until we agree. Like, I think we've had one big argument in our whole marriage that was business related.
Give us the intimate details of that.
Yeah. I mean, it was business related.
Yeah.
So we had Gym Launch, which was my like B2B licensing business for gyms, and then we had our supplement company, Prestige Labs, and so those were doing well. And I was like, I think we need to build a software company. And she was like, I'm dying. Like, I really like this is a terrible idea. And I was like, I think it's an awesome idea. You're not thinking big enough. You're not seeing the big picture. And so I basically just steamrolled through and was like, we're doing this. And so then I just basically like deployed myself over there. She spread herself super thin, and it was a big mistake. I mean, the company did okay, but like the amount of opportunity costs I left on the table of like taking my eye off the ball in the other 2 businesses that were doing well, it was the wrong time. It might have been a good business idea. It was just too early. We didn't have the infrastructure. We didn't have the team, and so like she was right.
Damn.
Does she rub that in your face?
No, never. It's just not how we roll.
Yeah.
Like, she's super traditional when it comes to like marriage and relationship, and then we're very modern when it comes to like business.
Be more specific. How is she traditional in relationships?
I mean, it's not like I was trying
Like,
to say
does she
this in the
cook and
best
clean?
way. Yeah, she makes me dinner every night.
She makes you dinner?
Yeah,
And makes you money?
yeah.
This is...
I mean, dude, that's
That was
you
what one
got
of my
yourself
first
a pretty good
mentors literally
setup,
said
dude.
that. He was like, I was dating her, and he was like, so he was like, I'll just say what he said. He was like, every other bitch costs you money. He's like, this bitch make you money. And he's like, look at all your stats. He's like, are they up? I was like, well, yeah, she's super hard. So she's an 11-year unbroken MyFitnessPal streak. Like, she's hardcore about like fitness stuff. And so
Wait, what does that mean?
like she literally logged her food every day for 11 years without missing a day. And then she like Cal Ripken and was like, you know what? I think I know what's in my food. I'm gonna sit the bench today. Whoa. And so she broke her. She like, I was like, I don't know why they didn't like fly her out. If I had somebody an app and had 11-year streak on my app, I'd be like, come on out. Like, let's see who this person is.
That's a VIP.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Bumble.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
The apps.
On a dating app?
Yeah.
How long ago?
9 years ago.
And the
2016.
Was the first date in like a boardroom?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where did you guys?
No, we went to Froyo because I was like,
Oh, that was nice.
yeah, she tried to cancel on me the night before, and I was just like, well, she's like, I feel sick. I was like, you sound fine. I swear to God. I was like, you sound fine. I'll see you tomorrow. And so she shows up, and then right as I'm walking up, I'm walking from behind where the frozen yogurt place is, and she's got like a sundress on, but she's got these 2 angel wings on her back, tattoo. And I was like, fuck, like, what am I getting into?
Because of the tattoos.
Yeah. Well, just like specifically like the angel wing tattoos. I was like, oh no.
Why? Wait, why?
Yeah. Well, I just like stigma, whatever. I was like, this could just not be what I'm hoping it to be. Yeah.
Like almost like a shoulder version of like a tramp stamp, or was it? Got it. Okay, got it.
I think equivalent.
Yeah, got it.
And so I'm going in. I was like, I'm trying to get out of here as fast as humanly possible. And so sat down. I was like, do you want to just get froyo? And she's like, this guy's such a dick. And so I was like, you got what you need? Like, let's go. It's like, check out. But like, she was cool. And so we kept talking. And we ended up hitting it off. And I was like, okay, I get all this. I was like, don't understand the tattoo. And I was like, this is going to make me sound like such a dick. But I was like, you sound so put together. And I was like, but your like nails are all chipped. And I was like, what the fuck is that about?
Nails?
Yeah. I was like, they're all fucked
Like
up.
manual labor? Like with an auger?
She was a trainer. But it was like, and I was like, what's this? And she's like, for the first time in years, I decided not to like get my nails painted because I was like, have financial goals and I wanted to like save this up. And she was like, and since that day, she has literally never had her nails not done.
Damn, you hit it on day one. Bro.
She's like, I just made this decision to be more financially responsible. I was like,
man.
I'll pay for your nails if you need it. Like, I just don't.
That's a good comeback. Because that's like a hard area to hit on a girl. When their nails are bad, bro, they are like freaking about that shit. But I like this dynamic, dude. It speaks to me because I think a lot of people, when they like analyze relationships, or people that they don't know, right? They're like, well, where's like all the stuff that I'm used to, like the love, like, like this real romance and blah, blah, blah. But when you pull together two people who are like career obsessed, that like collaboration is kind of a cool partnership. It's very intriguing to me. Like, I think it's awesome.
I think it's super rare. Like, I don't see many people who have that. Like, I had what I would consider normal traditional relationships for every other relation in my life. And so did she. And so this was kind of like a weird thing. Like on I think our second date, Leila just like looked at me and she was like, I get a lot of friend vibes from you. And I was like, in my entire life, not a single woman has given me that feedback. And then I fixed that. And so
what does that mean?
I was just trying to be respectful because I liked you.
Well, did you take your shirt off like you just did now? Is that how you fixed it?
I literally just flexed. No, but like we just like, I don't know. It's a totally different, odd dynamic in that like we're really good partners. Like we're partners. That's like the only thing. Like we're really like, she's the shit. Like Leila's awesome.
Yeah.
Like she really is awesome.
Well, we'll have her on sometime. Yeah. Let's talk about you for a second. This empire, this building we're sitting in, not the only building, the big building, because there's also a smaller building and there's security and there's gyms and there's software companies and there's like bring us back to the start of all of this. How did all of this empire begin?
So Leila was in fitness, so was I. I had a chain of gyms, and I told her like, "Hey, you should just quit your PT thing, join me. I'm going to start this new thing called Gym Launch." So I was pretty good at filling gyms up before we'd open them up, and so the constraint of the business ended up being like I just needed more places to fill, and so I was like, I wonder if any other gym owners would be okay with me just like filling their gyms up because I was just really good at the marketing, the sales side, and so turned out plenty of gyms were happy for me to come and like fill their gyms up.
When you say fill them up, you mean get more clients?
Yeah, but I would fly out, set up a table, and then I would like sell 200 memberships in 20 days.
How?
Just Facebook ads in 2013. Yeah, that was like you could have like hot chick with bikini that said like lose weight fast, and it was like it's totally okay.
That was
like
that,
2013.
That was like that golden era of like
dude,
Facebook.
I was getting 30 to 1 up front.
Yeah.
So that was like one of the big things that got me like from like 0 to like for level 1 hero or whatever. It was like I could put $1,000 in ads and make 30 or 100 in 30 days. And I was 26.
You definitely know who Chase Hero is.
Who?
Yeah. I was gonna. I knew it. Like that was one. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And so we started doing that, and so I had this idea for it. Did 3, came back, and that was actually the day that Leila decided to quit. So she picks her up from the airport, and I've got this big backpack, and we go back, and I promised her I'd take on a real date because everything had been like Panda Express and Chipotle, like for the first 30 days of just the gentleman that I am.
Great restaurant.
And she was like, tablecloth and waiter. And I was like, fine. And I was like, just one thing first. And she was like, what? And I was like, can you help me process these? And so it was a stack of like $100,000 worth of contracts. And so I told her how to use the POS. We processed all of them. And she was like, how much was that? And I was like, it was $100,000. And she was like, all right, I'm in.
Wow,
and
cool.
The question you asked before that was, is this legal? And then I said yes, and then she was in. And so then we started just flying around the country launching gyms. So we did like 32 gyms in the next like 18 months. Hired a sales team. We had 6 guys flying out doing gyms over that period of time. That business model kind of like broke down because we didn't control delivery. And so we would sell people into a gym, and then people would the gym owners who would come to us were struggling. And so they were struggling for a reason because they weren't good at gym business. And so I would fill it up, but they like didn't have the infrastructure, didn't have the trainers, didn't have any systems. And so like that was a big mistake for like earlier on for me. And so I ended up having all these gyms have customers, like they would just tell the customers to leave. They'd be like, just refund. I don't even want you here.
Yeah.
But I'd already be flown to the next gym. And so that was a big chargeback risk for us. And so I ended up, that business died. And so there's a very long dramatic story around that. But anyways, it worked out. And then we started selling out basically the kit of how I filled the gyms up. So it was like, okay, I need to get into licensing rather than flying out people to each of these locations. Because every month I'd have the exact amount of gyms to match the amount of sales guys I had. So I'd have like 8 gyms every single month that I would be like, okay, are you good with me flying out a guy and all this logistics? And then finally one day I was like, I think we need to get out of the gym business. And I told the next 8 gyms that were supposed to come out that next month, hey, we're leaving or whatever. And one of the guys was like, dude, you saved my buddy's gym. Like, I know you can help me. Like, I just mortgaged my house. I lost everything. Like, please help me. And I was like, listen, I'll show you how to do it. I was like, but I'm not flying yet. I'm not flying out there to save you if you can't sell. And he's like, no, it's fine. He's like, how much? And I just picked the highest number I could think of at the time, which was $6,000. And he said, it's done. And I was like, holy shit. And then I had like 7 more calls, and I made like $60,000 in a day selling air. And I was like, man, I think
Selling
we're
the how-to?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you figured out that the knowledge was maybe a better product for you to move. Interesting.
Yeah. And so that was like, I was like, holy shit. And so like the next one I said 6, the next one I said 8, the next one I said 10, next one I said 12, and everyone was like, done, sure. And I was like, holy shit. And like, it was one day. Leila comes back in at the end of the day because we thought we were going to pivot towards like, let's just sell fitness programs and fuck gyms. Like we'll just sell direct. Yeah. And so she was like, hey, I just sold 2 deals. And I was like, we're still in the gym business. She was like, you just sold me on how we're getting out of the gym business. And this is like, we're ending this forever. And I was like, yeah, but I think we're just doing it wrong. And then that was like the beginning of gym launch. And so the gym launch took off like a rocket. We did, I think we finished that year like 6.8 million. And then the next year we did 26 million with like 17 million in profit. Jeez. And I'm like 28. And then we continued to grow the business. And then we sold that to a private equity firm in 2021. For 46.
And that, congrats.
Thanks.
Hey, yo! I'm sorry. I used to do it in my vlogs. It's the entrance for my theme song. Hey, yo, I'm sorry. I got 2 shirts up on WWE Shop Fanatics right now. I hate Logan Paul. Yes, I am the one behind it. You're going to monetize the haters. And still humble because after all, I am your humble king. And I'm going to stay humble because I'm just that humble. You can grab my shirts and all WWE merch, hats, tees, replica title belts, superstar collections on WWE Shop and Fanatics. Get yours today. Back to the show.
And now you kind of specialize in that knowledge selling or it, like I don't want to say
do you sell courses?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do people ever mistake you for like a self-help guru?
100%. Yeah. So the whole idea after I sold Gym Launch was like, I heard this thing was like, what if all your free stuff is better than everyone else's paid stuff? And so because I came from the knowledge space, it's like a lot of my stuff looks that way. And so, but everyone's like, he just wants you to buy his course. I was like, I don't have one.
Right.
So, but like, that's just the nature of it and it's fine. But yeah, so I make content and it's all B2B. So like we're a hardcore B2B brand.
Yeah. Business to business.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And so so like what we have is, so if you're like, how do you fast forward to like today? So I'm co-founder of Skool, which is a software platform for people to start businesses online, communities, et cetera. And so that company's very big. We have 17 million users, and like it's growing very quickly.
That one's big.
Yeah.
So people can start their own version of spreading knowledge, right?
Sure. That's creators.
So
anybody,
interesting. You've taken what you've figured out works, you made it work for you, and then you made it so you democratized what you did, and everyone can do it.
Yeah.
By selling what they know.
Whatever they know. It's cool though. It's like
really
mom's
cool.
making jars. Like here's a group on how we do jars and pickling stuff, and like there's everything under the sun. Like there's a school for it.
Pickles.
I mean, there's hundreds of there's so many like communities.
Because pickles start as cucumbers.
Yeah. Everyone starts like does their own thing. Like there's a crocheting community that like there's just it's everything. It's whatever you like everyone assumes it's like, oh, is it like, is it crypto and B2B? It's like not really. The other half is just consumers doing like consumer stuff. Like there's BMX groups. There's there's everything you can think of.
Could I make a school on Pokemon cards?
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Really?
There's probably already like 20. Yeah. That's a super that would be a super community friendly.
How much was the domain Skool? Because it's with a K.
Yeah, less than acquisition.com and ACQ.
How much was acquisition.com?
400.
400K for acquisition.com?
Yeah. And then ACQ was 500. Am I allowed to? So ACQ.com I've been eyeing for a long time. It had been owned since 1996 by a Fortune 100 company. I can't say the company because they said I couldn't say it, but I've been trying to get this domain and I finally got it. So I was like really sick.
Sick. How? Because I know sometimes with domains, you got to get a little creative.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like reaching around and getting to somebody who was in the company and getting a broker together and then figuring it out.
Whoa.
But they just denied every other time. And then they just finally were like, yeah, okay, we'll sell it. And I was like, awesome.
I think what you do is awesome because when I first saw you popping up, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you were another one of the
Me neither.
multi what is it?
Multi-level
marketing. Yeah.
No, we not that. I mean, I'll be transparent. So we took out 40-ish million in distributions before we sold the company, and then we sold the company for 46. And then we started the family office, which was just going to be the holdco, acquisition.com. I started making content with the idea of I wonder if I can attract businesses so I can do minority deals. And that was kind of the whole thesis in the beginning was I'll just do these kind of 10, 20%-ish chunks of companies That ended up sucking. And so I did like 24 deals in 24 months and then just like got rid of almost all of them minus 4. And then I was like, okay, let's not do that. And so then it was like, okay, we need more meaningful stakes of fewer, far better businesses. And all of those companies, I didn't put like any brand or anything behind it. I just like invested in them. And so it was like, okay, Skool, this is a deal that makes a ton of sense. Let's do this. And then like, that's probably more how we're approaching it now is like, because we're also pretty good at building business. So we started our advisory practice in January of last year in 2024. And that's now a very big business.
What do you advise on?
It's
like what industries?
Oh, it's open. It's SMBs. So it's like 500,000 on the low side to 50 million is kind of like the sweet spot. So if you think like you've got like Gartner, you've got McKinsey, you've got Deloitte, you've got these kind of like, they serve I would say like the top end of the market. And then there's obviously like the guru world that's kind of like underneath. And we kind of serve like low mid market. And so, people fly out here, they'll meet with our directors that are like for paid media or for content or for whatever it is they're doing. So like maybe you have a $14 million plumbing business and you're like, all right, well, how do I scale this thing? It's like, all right, you need a director of this, and this is how the ad should look for recruiting the specific role. And your supply constraints, so you need more technicians. This is how we go recruit these technicians, that kind of thing.
How do you make B2B content actually go like viral or get people to care online when so few of the people watching it are actually like business owners? I'm sure there's a lot of them, but like, for example, like the majority of our audience, say there's someone watching this episode right now in, I don't know, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right? For example, right? What industries do you see right now, or what places do you see right now that they could break into to start businesses that actually could be successful? Like where are the holes in the market right now?
Well, I mean, I think there's pretty obvious ones for just like AI enablement for like
so
for
he's
like
in
Main
Tuscaloosa,
Street.
Man.
Oh
like,
yeah, it still works.
No, I know, but he's
he's
like
fine.
19 years old. He just left Walmart, and he's like, all right, so I can do plumbing, I can do power washing, I can do AI enablement.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to do AI enablement.
I got like Maddox who's on my team is from a smaller county than that, from like Little Rock, Arkansas.
No, I'm not.
No, my point is this is like, dude, the internet's the internet. Like that kid can watch YouTube for free just like anybody else can and can learn how to use make.com and N8N and do whatever the hell they want. And they can go to the local plumber in Tuscaloosa and be like, hey, instead of having this girl who you paid $1,500 a month to answer your phones, I can have an AI do it for $200 a month, and he can do that to 100 different places in his local town. Like he absolutely can do that. He also could not stick to Tuscaloosa and just use the internet like everybody else.
Yeah, you got smoked. You got smoked right there.
I didn't. When you brought up AI enablement, I didn't make that connection. I guess what I'm trying to do is bring value back to people that are lost, starting to discover things.
Well, the reason I did Skool, so the question, right, is like 30, I think, so at the book launch, 2/3 of the people who were there were business owners. Self-selected said, I'm a business owner. And then 1/3 of people who were at the book launch said they wanted to start a business or didn't have one. But like if you look at the US, 9% of Americans own a business. So it's 32.5 million, 33 million people out of 300-ish. So 10%, 9% of people have a business. I was okay with not being like the widest person. Like I want to go deeper with the people that I can like make the biggest impact for. And so if 90% of people never know my name, I see that as totally fine.
That's an interesting number. About 30 million people are business owners. Are those the people buying your books? Because you're a best-selling author. I think on my PDF here it says you've sold over 4 million copies of stuff, which is a lot of books, dude.
It's a ton.
That's a lot of books.
Yeah.
So are the people that are buying your books, I would assume, are the business owners?
It's both.
Okay.
Entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneur side, like the reason that the Skool deal made, like want to be entrepreneurs, like entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Like aspirational.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But with the books, like the reason I put the books out there, the reason I put the content out there, like the long-term play is there's tons of 19-year-olds who are in Tuscaloosa who are like, dude, how the fuck do I make money?
Yeah.
The education system's fucked. College doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, what do I do? And so like, I put a ton of content out for those people, but I also put out a ton of content for like, okay, when does a roll-up make sense? When do you how do you exit a business? Like, what are the key risks that you have to eliminate so a private equity investor would want to make that purchase? And so I make kind of like information on all sides there, because the amount of people who've been watching my stuff for a few years used it all. And they're like, I quit my job. I started using your stuff and I just built this tourism van business in Alaska, real story. And then they like fly out because they're like, dude, I'm doing $2 million a year. And I'm like, that's awesome.
I was going to say, so you don't sell courses, but you do sell books.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
I also give them away for free.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, if you want a hard copy, you can pay for it. But yeah, they're for free on my podcast. I just give them away.
Oh.
Then how did you sell 2.9 million books in one day? Is that a number?
Dude, it said 2.9 million books in 24 hours. It's like the world record.
Is that
number 3.
inaccurate? How did you do that? Like, how did you drive that?
How did you do that? That's an insane stat.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the Guinness record for nonfiction. So so these 3 books together were actually written at the same time. So I wrote them because a mentor of mine, when I was selling Gym Launch, was like, hey, you should crystallize all your knowledge now because like you'll forget the details. Mm-hmm. And so I just wrote this thing, and it was this massive tome, and I called it Lead Generation and Monetization Structures, which is like not the sexiest title. And I gave it to like a handful of my friends, and they're like, dude, it's a lot. And so I was like, there was one section that was like on making offers. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just peel this off, and and like I wasn't sure if I was going to publish it. I was like, maybe I'll just do it as like an internal manual for our own team. And then Leila was like, publish it. And I was like, all right. So I just put it up there, and I was like, hey, I wrote a book. And then it just continued to just keep selling more and more copies.
Can I ask how you think that happened? Was it a word of mouth?
Yeah, it was a word of mouth.
Okay, so
I had 10,000 followers on Instagram when I made it, and I didn't have anything on YouTube.
That's insane. So it must have been leading to results for people.
Yeah, it's a good book.
Have you seen firsthand people come up to you and be like, yo, I read your book.
Every day.
Followed your model.
Every day.
Oh, really?
Multiple times a day.
How much money do you think, it's just such a hard question, but how much money do you think you've helped people generate with your books?
Probably a few billion.
I was going to say, it's got to be a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool. That's cool, man. That's the difference, I think, maybe between, I mean, you're legit. You're a legit dude. Well, not that you need to hear it or be validated by me in any way, but like I don't know. I see these self-help gurus, and I always just wonder, like, maybe you have a couple success stories, but how many people are actually like when they sign up for the course, like making it?
Well, the courses that come with this are free.
Oh,
all my shit's free. Like, it's free. Now, how did I sell all these books? Right. So I had these 3 books. They were one. I was like, okay, well, what am I going to call it? And so I had this idea. I was like, wouldn't it be sick if I could demonstrate the ideas of the book with each book? And so that became the whole meta concept of like the offers book answers the question, what do you sell? Right. So for that 19-year-old, he's like, what do I do? It's like, we got to figure out something to sell. Step 1. So you read the purple book, which is the first book. And it has to be so good that it has to be an offer so good that people feel, how to make an offer so good people feel stupid saying no. So it's like, how do you get the other guy in Tuscaloosa to give you his last dollar by making an amazing offer, right? And so I made that book, and it basically, like, how do you create value? Like, people talk about the word value. They're like, provide value. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? How does that 19-year-old know, like, what's value, right? And so it's like, okay, well, what are the elements of value? So it's like, you have speed, how quickly you can give someone something. You've got risk. How can you make sure that it's guaranteed in some way? And then how can you make it easy? Like, whatever it is. And then you have the dream outcome. So it's like, they have this dream outcome. How do you make it faster? How do you make it easier? And how do you make it risk-free? And so to the degree to which that you can do each of those, because it's not, is it easy or not easy? It's how easy is it, right? It's not a binary, it's a continuum. And so for each of those things, and basically in the book, it outlines like, here's how to make it faster for somebody. Here's how to provide, scarcity guarantees, all these elements that make an offer. And so that did well and continues to sell like lots and lots of books. And so I called it $100 million offers because the idea was like, what if I, at the end of this, my second book was, okay, now you have the thing to sell. Who do you sell it to? Which is, you got to go get leads. And so the blue book is all about advertising. Now, the blue book is like all the methods of advertising that are out there. So you've got paid ads, you've got content, you've got warm outreach, and you've got cold outreach. There's only 4 things anyone can do, let anybody else know about stuff. Now, once you do those 4 things, you can then reach out to other people who have audiences, affiliates. You can get your customers to do those 4 things on your behalf. You can get agencies to do that on your behalf, or you can get your own employees to do that. So that gives you more leverage. And so it's basically 4 things you do to influence 4 other people, and it's just a cycle of advertising. And so this book outlines that, so that people are like, okay, I've got my thing. Here's how I advertise it. Great. But then the next question is like, all right, I got the thing. I'm letting people know about it. But how do I make money? And so then the third book was, how to make money.
I need that. Can I have that one? I need that
I do
one.
need to make 40.
That's the main one.
This is the record breaker. Right?
Yeah, I need. Oh, that one
And
specifically.
that's the record breaker. Yeah. And so the blue one, I used all 8 advertising methods to advertise the launch of the book.
Oh, and it was the third part of essentially a series culminating to what is probably the most important part of all of it, which
Making
is
money.
making money.
Right.
Whoa.
And so the second one, we broke records at the launch. We had 100 and something thousand people who were live with us at the launch when I launched the book. And I did this full stack just like the info guru would.
Yeah.
And everyone was like credit card out, ready to buy this, whatever I was going to sell. And I gave it away for free. And so that came with a full course.
So did those free copies count towards that number?
No. So the first 2 books, no, I gave like the course away for free. They wanted to buy a hard copy. Yeah, they can buy a hard copy. So then the third book was monetization. So you have to, so it was like, okay, so first we had the offer, the thing to sell. Then we have the people to sell it to, you know how to advertise. And then you have to understand how to monetize. And so each one built on the third. And so this book used all 3 books. And I have like 15 monetization mechanisms that are inside the book of like how to do them. And I used 12 of them in the launch of the book to demonstrate all of the ideas in the book and culminate with a $100 million launch, which is what we did in 72 hours.
I feel kind of stupid.
Stupid, yeah. I was thinking the same
feel pretty
thing.
fucking dumb
We
right
just
now.
lost all that money at the casino.
Well, you got Prime, so you're doing all right.
That is
Yeah.
true.
And you got Lunchly.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's doing okay.
But I do a specific part.
Yeah.
In, like I have a role in that business. Those
You crush it.
businesses.
You do awesome with it. I use your example all the time.
I did see you running with the book, the $100 million
I
money
completely
models.
copied.
Well, that's Jimmy's idea. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But I guess, dude, I'm a marketer. I'm a marketer.
great
This is my tagline. My team hears me say it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a marketer at heart. At the moment, I just also happen to be the product because I'm in front. But I like to think about what's going to captivate people or what's shareable and how do I make people care. Because I think at the end of the day, for me, it's about creating something compelling or getting people to just be interested in the thing. But I don't have the like businessy knowledge like you do. Like even just hearing you really dissect how all of it works is fascinating because I don't like think about it like that so much. Like to me, it's more like maybe artistic.
No, you're great at it.
I
think you have great taste, which I would just define as pattern recognition.
I just
like
don't
your
think
way
you-
of saying like this is cool. Like you're like this is not cool.
Yeah,
like,
that's
your
where
way
I-
of saying that is like to me it's like okay, you have patterns in the past of like this is good, this is bad, and you're like this doesn't match that pattern. And so for you, it's a feeling, and you're like
Yeah, it's a feeling.
That's off,
and
or whatever it is.
you're really analytical about it, but you also have a really solid business sense. Is that? Do you have a mentor or how?
I mean, I have every mentor under the sun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's interesting because I'm like a product of the alternative education scene. So like that self-help guru and all that. Like I paid everybody. I did everything I could, and I think that shortcutted a lot for me. Now, to be fair, like there's a lot of sewage in that space, but there's still good stuff too.
Like you took courses.
I bought everything. Yeah, courses, masterminds, coaching. I did all of it.
Who's are legit and who's on?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask too.
I won't do that, but like I think there's, there's tons of good stuff that's out there. But also like when I came into this, YouTube wasn't like what it is now. Like you can find everything you want, on YouTube. And so, but there's a lot of value in getting around other entrepreneurs who are at your level or above and just learning from them. And so for me, like, I'm from Baltimore. My dad's a doctor, so it's not like I was not well off or anything. But it's like there was no ballers that I knew. Like for me, it was like you make $100,000 a year, like you're doing good.
Yeah.
And so that was my first goal, was make $100,000 a year. And so it's just been kind of like leveling up from there. But like when you meet people, like the guy who's my neighbor, I think last year he did $3.7 billion in sales, owns the whole company, probably do $1 billion in personal income.
Like next door
income.
to here?
Not here, but like where I live. And just personal income. I was like, that's chill.
Yeah.
Like there's levels.
Yeah.
Like that's just his income. That wasn't his exit. He'll do it next year. And he did it last year.
Wow.
And he just keeps stacking. And I'm like, okay, I'm fascinated by like how did that happen?
Are you ready to hold WWE history in the palm of your hand?
Topps is bringing you closer to the action than ever before with WWE Topps Now. Highlighting the biggest matches and milestones from WWE shows and PLEs throughout the year, Topps Now is enhancing the fan experience by connecting collectors to the superstars and spectacles that ignite their passion. Featuring stunning event-exclusive photography, each card is made for the moment. And for some lucky collectors, that moment could become the pool of a lifetime. Along with serial numbered parallels, some Topps Now releases offer a chance at rare short prints, superstar autographs, and even pieces of the mat, gear, or other items used during the featured match. So which moments will you collect? With each card only available for a limited time, you won't want to wait to begin your Topps Now journey. Be sure to subscribe to the WWE Topps Now mailing list on Topps.com and follow Topps on all social media platforms so you never miss a single moment. Back to the show.
To wrap that whole thing, we did $106 million in sales in 72 hours, and we sold it by, I wrote over the 2 years from Blue Book to Green Book, I wrote 17 books that I used as incentives to business owners to donate 200 books to other entrepreneurs who couldn't afford books. And so every entrepreneur who donated 200 books, which is $6,000, they got a code that they could give to their audience. They give their email list to everybody to distribute the books. And then we would just redeem them centrally and ship them out to them. And so that was the whole play. And so we also, when I like realized like $100 million was what I wanted the whole thing to culminate in, which worked out, which is awesome. But the thing that I thought was like cooler was that millions and millions of people get books now. And I don't know. I think there's something very visceral about holding a book. Like, of course, the book's the same as the other ones. Like, the books are free. They're already on my podcast. Mm-hmm. The course that goes with this book is also free. It's on my site. Like, you don't have to opt in. You can just watch it. But a lot of entrepreneurs had other people help them out directly or indirectly. And I think like it's probably a pretty big launch for like a quote creator from a monetization perspective. But I think that like I have been really deliberate about building a deeper audience of people who have money and share my values. And so when the opportunity came to be like, I want to give back, people were like, let's go. And so that's kind of how it worked.
Wow. You were talking about like the sewage in the space.
Yeah.
And like it's obviously like anything related to conversion or affiliate or like courses and gurus right now are kind
Rightfully
of like such a viral topic on TikTok and Instagram. Like there's that one guy that like he'll like take the clip of like Grant Cardone or something like that, and he's like, you know, you start with 32 units, and the dude's like, why don't we just start with 748 units, and then you 10x that, and now you've got 4 billion trillion units. Yeah. How do you like?
Can we show you a video?
He knows. He probably knows what I'm talking about.
We were talking about him in the car.
Yeah.
And we pulled up his page, and you were actually the first video.
Oh,
can I show you?
Yeah,
bro?
sure.
Okay.
There's a question that comes out of this.
Yeah.
It's this guy.
Your day. What if every day was a second? Did you think about that? No, thousands of seconds and thousands of days, dude. I'm kicking your butt. I'm manipulating time.
Will you give any context?
All right, this guy, Bogey. And all right, so look, bro.
Okay. There I am. What do I do?
This is your.
Let's see what I said.
The easiest way to make $1 million is buy something that's $10 million, buy it for 8, and you sell it to somebody else for 10.
The easiest way to make $1 trillion is to find something that's worth 100 trillion. Buy it for 99 trillion and then sell it for 100 trillion. Now you just made $1 trillion.
but like, what do you understand? Like, goes back to the Tuscaloosa example, right? Yeah. Where like, and I guess you like chose your niche and said like, okay, I'm going to work directly with people who are already making money and help them scale, right? Yeah. Which I get, but it's like, how do you?
And to that audience, it is significantly easier to make money that way.
Sure, right? But so when you do this more, when you go from this niche world of delivering real, palpable value to your clients, right, to trying to garner mass awareness on a place like TikTok or Instagram Reels, right, where the stuff you're talking about is like, dude, these people are, yo chat. What are we gonna do today, chat? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you apply this stuff to them in a way that doesn't make them feel like you're another part of the sewage? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think it just comes so a couple things. So one is like all the books are written at 5th grade level or below. There's like,
Let me see this thing.
Yeah, go for it. Or here, or take either.
Let me see this thing.
You can look inside, but like, there's pictures. There's like, I try to put drawings for everything I can to just make it like, how do we make this really simple for somebody?
I could read this
I
stuff.
can't believe you wrote 17 books, dude. You just can't stop writing books.
Even everything you do, even with the 17 books, is like, no, I'm not going to write 8 books. I'm going to write 17 books, then I'm going to 10x that, and I'm going to write 100. You know, like
Bro,
you
you're a
wrote
machine.
17
You're a
books.
fucking animal, dude. This is amazing.
Do you ever not like work?
Yeah, but I work a lot. Like, I'm gonna be like, it's funny because do you know Andy Frisella? He's First Form.
Yeah, of course.
So he sent me this clip this morning of Joe Rogan, who was like, he's like, there's just psychopaths who are just like, they just will work and they will work and they will work and they'll keep going and they'll keep going and they'll keep going. And it's like, and if you don't want to do that, that's fine. He's like, they will beat you though. And
At work.
yeah, at the game that they choose to be a psychopath at.
Yeah.
Right. That's for sure.
And so like I think there's a lot of people who are optimizers. Well, many people do nothing, but then like there's another, cohort of people who are just optimizers who get the most for the least, which I think is a great goal.
Get the most for the least.
Yeah. They want to have as much leverage as possible and you're optimized. Great. But then there's a handful of people who are just maximizers, which is that diminishing returns are still returns. And so the difference between the first place person in the Olympics and the second place is the 10th of a second. I was like, but the difference between first and second in reality is a lot.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, I want to win.
And for what? What's the goal? Like, what's
So
the
for
end
me-
game?
So Leila and I both, we are actually like, in a lot of ways, we are products of like kind of the personal development space. Like I want to be the best version of me I possibly can be. And I see entrepreneurship as one of the best vehicles for personal development because you get real-time feedback. If you suck, like you find out pretty quick. Like if you want to start making content and you're like, oh wow, no one gives a shit. And like, I probably suck at this. Like actually like if the book sucks, like no one buys it. That sucks, I'm not good at marketing, whatever. And so I think it's just been really valuable. And at each level of entrepreneurship, like there's been, different lessons that I've had to learn and some things that I have to give up that I wasn't sure I was willing to give up when I started. But I think both of us just want to, like when we sold the company and we were like, we're done financially, right? We were like looking at the beach, like full, good sleep, full stomach. And it was like, I want to make real business education accessible for everyone. And so that's been the mission of what I've been trying to do. And part of, being a business, quote, educator, if you will, is like, I have to have proof. Like, how do you separate yourself from the swamp? It's like, well, I'm worth a whole lot more than they are. I'm better at the game they claim to be good at. And
Talk your shit.
I back it up. And so...
And you have better hair than
Yeah,
them.
it is true.
Dude, that shit's
And the
crazy,
beard.
bro.
No, but we do a lot
They're
of
all
volume,
going to
man.
Turkey like me.
Yeah.
We
You
do
just
a lot
have
of,
a flow.
we do a lot of volume, man. Like it's just like I've been so rewarded for working more than people. And I think that as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, I can just like do more than other people. And if I do more, I tend to win more. And then I just got very addicted to that cycle.
Let's talk about how.
Okay.
Because this fascinates me.
Yeah.
I work hard.
Yeah.
But I notice like my energy is capped.
Yeah.
At a certain point. Like, dude, I would like at least 7 hours.
Yeah.
Ideally 10
Yeah.
of sleep. Like,
Dude, I haven't slept more than 9 hours in probably multiple years.
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
That's so much.
I haven't slept more than 3 hours in multiple
I'm a
years.
sleeper. Dude.
That's aggressive.
I'm a sleeper.
I mean, it feels like it the past couple of weeks.
But like even like, yeah, you invited us to a workout and they said 5:30 a.m. I said, bro, 5:30 a.m. I don't even know the last time I was up at that hour.
It was
Besides like last night.
the night before that, the night before that.
But like, how do you have this energy? I guess that's the question. And by the way, sorry,
Yeah.
let me
No, yeah,
add this
go
with
on.
a little more context.
Yeah.
Because I'm friends with Jimmy, Mr.
Yeah.
Beast. And I see, and like,
He works a lot.
dude, it's all he does.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sleep that much. And like, I
Yeah.
see Elon Musk has these tendencies. All he does is work. They're running on fumes. Donald Trump,
Yeah.
like all these people work so much, so hard. And I envy it because I notice, man, I have a ceiling with my energy.
Yeah. I'll give a super tactical one and like a really ephemeral answer. So tactically for me, like I don't try to sacrifice sleep. So like I sleep as much as I possibly can, which just for me ends up usually being like 6-ish. And that's like, I'm good on 6.
6 hours.
Yeah. I'm fine on 6.
So you go to bed at like 10?
Yeah. I wake up at 4 and it like works fine. Like I can do that forever. Like that's not,
Dude, that's
not,
insane to me.
for like the weeks leading up to the launch, I probably averaged 5 for like 6 weeks straight.
What about like vices? Like,
Yeah.
Leila and I'll drink on date night. You know, I'll do that.
How much?
what's your DOC?
Drink of choice.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, D.
Well, unless you wanted to go into my world, and it would be drug of choice. But of course, in this matter,
Yeah, no, I'm a pure stimulant guy. I mean, I like tequilas. I was a hardcore like whiskey and bourbon guy for a while, and then I just like kind of made my way into like the tequila and mezcal world, and I that's where I'm at now. I really like them.
How much will you drink when you go out on a date night?
I don't know. Depends on like the week, but low side 1 or 2, like high side 4, 5.
yeah.
You ever get like,
Yeah, like once a year.
really?
Like when I did that launch, I got pretty blitzed.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Ever go to the casino?
Not really. Not to gamble. I mean, we walk through them all the time, but gambling, no.
So any like actual proper vice, like you play Tetris on a chromatic for extended periods of time, or like anything like that?
Or is just work your addiction? Like, is that kind of like what you have to like try to almost like at times pull yourself away from it? It feels like you're sticking that conversion needle in your arm a little bit too much and starting to get feel that affiliate flowing through your veins. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this ROAS, bro.
You've never seen return on ad spend like that before, have you, man?
Look at my follow-ups.
Yeah, dude. I like when people have vices because it makes me feel more. Good,
Yeah,
you know.
I'll say work is a vice. I would ask my team, but like I do work a lot.
Any
Gym equipment?
Oh yeah, I do. I mean, I spend a lot of money on gym equipment.
Really?
That's like that's like a vice for me.
Do you own an elliptical?
I do for you and a
Yes.
bench.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How the hell did you know
How'd you know that?
You can tell.
What? No, that's shit's not. Don't start that shit. Somebody fucking told you. Was it you? Did you tell him about the elliptical? You did? Oh man,
That's all he does.
I love the elliptical.
FaceTime me
bro.
this morning.
It's like it's great for your joints, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
great
yeah.
for your
That's right.
joints.
It's
you can
low
do this till
impact.
you're 100, bro.
Yes, that's my plan. That's my plan. I get a good sweat on the elliptical every day. It keeps my joints nice and safe. You know,
It is a good machine.
it's a good machine, dude. It's not bad. You know, it's not hard on the.
Got a little something.
Grab
on
it for me.
No,
dude.
it's too close. It's on your mustache. Yeah.
What was it? Was there the whole time?
No, it was just a string.
Was it a booger?
No. Well, I don't know.
What? Okay.
Could have been anything.
You've gotten bigger though.
What do you
put on
mean?
some size.
I did.
Yeah.
Did. I joined WWE, and I realized 2 things. A, it looks better, so I started to train for aesthetics, and actually start lifting weights. Like when I trained boxing, I did never touched any weights. And then 2, I noticed that everything hurts way less when I have more muscle. Yeah.
Like your
I think that's an asset. I think it was like you keep going and then everything starts hurting again.
I think you're probably right. But like WWE fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Like it's
I've heard this from everyone. Yeah.
dude, being a professional wrestler, I realize is like pretty much 80% about being able to navigate pain.
Yeah.
Like it all hurts.
Yeah.
But it hurts less when
It's
you
like
have more
padding.
muscle.
So it's like
I noticed especially on my back because you're always landing on your back. When I started doing pull-ups and back exercises from top to bottom, especially lower back, everything hurt way less. Yeah.
how much do you weigh?
I'm probably 215.
Are you really?
215, 220. What about you? Same?
215, 220.
Yeah. What is your workout routine like?
So when I have my druthers, when I have it my way, I train as many days in a row as I can, and I train full body. So I'll go
Every day.
Yeah,
You train full body every day.
it's my preferred way.
how long are you in the gym for?
Long?
Wait, how long?
Yeah.
How long?
Like 2 hours or more.
Wow. So like maybe,
I like it was funny this morning. I had some of our guys with me, and I was like, "This is it." I was like, "This is the best part of my day." I was like, "My day is downhill from here." But like, I love training. Like, if I've got like 4 or 5 guys, and we're all training together, like, I mean, that's why I got into the fitness industry. I was like, I was a white collar kind of consultant right out of college. So I did defense contracting, so space, cyber, and intelligence for the military right out of college, which sounds fancier than it really was. It was mostly like interviewing experts and then making slide presentations. But I really didn't like that. And then everybody I worked with was like, dude, you're fucking obsessed with fitness. Like, just do something fitness related. And like, people I worked with were like, I'll chip in for you to start a gym because like you never stop talking about the stuff. And so that was ultimately why I decided to get into fitness. It was like the place that I liked being the most, which was like at the gym. And so then I ended up starting a gym. And then the gym quickly became like a business and not like my happy place. And so then I was like, well, I'm going to do business. I might as well do it well. And so then I opened up more and more locations, and I had 6, sold those, and then I started the licensing business.
What's the primary reason that you work out?
I enjoy it.
You enjoy it. What exactly do you like about it?
How I feel when I train and after I train.
How do you feel?
Good.
And after?
Good.
Not tired?
No, man. If I'm tired, I work out.
That's like me. Oh, I don't work.
Yeah, I feel like if I like haven't slept well, it's like the best reason to work out.
Do you do cardio?
No.
Oh. So
You
I
probably do high intensity.
Well, I just train. I mean, like I'm out of breath. I just don't do cardio. So like if I go, I'll do some hamstring move, some calf move that I'll superset to warm my legs up, and then I'll do my main like leg move. You guys will see the gym downstairs. It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's like a boiler room. It's sick.
Damn, I wish I knew about that yesterday when the Encore gym closed at 7 p.m.
You guys whenever you guys are in Vegas, you're welcome. Like, because the gym here is like
The hell is that
sweet
bullshit?
and no one will bother you. So.
$1,500, $1,600 a night on fight weekend. You're gonna close the gym at 7 p.m.
Poor guy had an energy
What
drink.
if I want? I put my
$6.50,
socks
went to go work
on,
out.
everything. I go to push the button for spa gym level. Ding, ding, ding. The elevator's not moving. So I look at my phone. 7 o'clock. What if I?
They don't even let you on the
No,
floor?
you can't even go to the floor. I couldn't even because, dude, at one point I was like, okay, even if I got a chance to go look in the gym,
Yeah.
that would make me feel
Just to
better.
plan for
like
tomorrow.
just to look
Yeah,
at it,
yeah,
just
yeah.
to look at the elliptical, like hey, buddy, I'll see you in a few hours. Couldn't even go to the level. Like, dude, every other gym, I looked up all the other gyms in the entire strip. They're all open 24 hours, dude. This is supposed to be one of the best resort casinos, and you got no freaking gym, 24-hour gym. What do they expect everyone to work out during those specific hours? It's like
It is weird. You're making a good point. Man.
get your shit together.
One upper body gym and one.
You have upper body gym and a lower body gym?
Yeah.
Wait, so the lower body gym
Yeah.
is like I see you probably use that a lot, but like some of the guys like leg day is a lot scary for a lot of guys.
Yeah, my sales team gets some. I give them some shit. But some of the guys do train.
Most guys just skip leg day.
Yeah, they do. But I came from a powerlifting background, so like I like almost only trained legs, and then like upper body was a distraction, and then like I kind of had a similar transition of like the most functional thing in the world is looking jacked, which I like stand by because a lot of these.
Wait,
so think about this. So like you probably see this on the TikTok, like move your sacrum 3 degrees, and like they do all this like kind of like nerdy fitness stuff, and they're like that's not even functional. I'm like being jacked is functional. Period. Far more functional. They're like, one time, what if a lion? It's like a lion won't be running after me. Period.
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more likely. It's
know what
more
I'm
likely
saying?
that I'll be on camera than a lion chases me. And so for me, it's like I'd rather have high ROI on the things I have the greatest exposure to.
Let me pick your brain on that for 1
Yeah.
second. Okay. Obviously, yes, working out, you look great, you feel great, all the things. When I started training boxing,
Yeah.
I realized, I'm getting my fitness in, but I'm also learning a really practical skill in being able to defend myself or protect people I love. And I like the idea that I was now gaining a really utilitarian skill and I was getting my fitness in, which like that's part of the reason why I didn't like always lift weights, because I felt like I was getting it in with boxing. Like you wouldn't train a skill set like that to actually like be able to like fuck someone up.
No.
What are you trying to say, man? You don't think you could fuck someone up?
I guess what I'm saying is I learned. I learned. No, I think you. I mean, I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't know, bro. Honestly, like bodybuilders, bro. Like
Only one way to find out, baby.
I
Let's
don't
go,
know, bro. All I'm saying,
We're in Vegas.
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, the bodybuilder community is gonna hate me, but like muscles don't always win fights. Like
No, for sure they don't always
know?
win fights.
So
I was a wrestler in high school. Like
you could fuck someone.
if you're equal in skill, the guy who has more muscle will win.
that is true.
And if you're not equal in skill, it depends on how much the skill deficiency is. And sometimes the guy with more skill will win, but it doesn't take that much more skill to beat somebody who's a little stronger than
Do you
you.
look at everything like that?
Yeah, probably.
Dude, everything that you like discuss, dude, like you're just like, well, if you take the skill deficiency, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever just like, I don't know, doom scroll?
Yeah, we have a pill that says "fuck bitches, get money."
I did. I saw that. I saw that.
yeah.
But like, how do I know who brought that? It could have been one of the production guys, dude.
No, that was hardcore Leila.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, do you like? I
Do I
don't
do
know.
dumb things?
Is there
Yeah,
any
Leila and I watch
Are there any
TV
girls
at
in
night.
here right now?
Oh, you do-
Do you ever just like, I don't know, like whack off? You know what I'm saying? I know. I just looked around the room. I'm just trying to get a vibe for, or are you just like, dude, like the opportunity cost of doing this right now is just far too high.
No, like,
man.
I said I trained for like 2.5 hours. Like that's not efficient.
True.
I do that because I like it.
That
you know
is,
what I mean?
that is true, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
It's way too much. If I was trying to be, it'd be like 45, maybe 60, and I'd be in and out.
You can multitask a little bit in the gym.
I
bet
don't multitask.
No, you're
No.
only thinking about.
Like I had this realization that I was like, okay, because I started getting busier and busier, and my workout started getting compressed, and I was like, I started not looking forward to working out, and I was like, what? Why? Like I like working out. Why don't I like this? And so I realized that I like working out when I have one very important thing, which is that I have no deadline. I want to work out as long as I fucking want to work out. If I want to work out less, I'll work out less. If I want to work out more, I don't want to be rushed through my workout. Like that's number one. Number two is I'd like to have other people with me.
You like to work out with other people.
100%. I love having partners.
It's such a better vibe.
Oh, like I train harder. It's more fun. We can bullshit between sets. Like I'm my absolute peak happiest there.
It strangely like keeps you more focused too, because like when I'm by myself, I can get distracted. Like you'll finish a set, you find yourself sitting on the bench, maybe your phone comes out.
Yeah.
When there's somebody else getting right on the bench after you, and then you finish 3 sets and they move on to the thing before you even think of it. I agree with that 100%. And it's accountability, and they push you and they spot you. And
yeah. And you guys met my head of EP. He and I train together every morning because he's up because he picks me up, and so like we just mob on over.
You guys carpool?
Yeah.
Why Vegas?
Texas.
Good question. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, I mean, so I told Leila we were in Texas and we were in Austin, and I was like not the biggest fan of Austin.
Really?
It's super political, and like I just like I'm Green Party if Green Party is capitalism party. Like I'm that party.
So you just don't really give a shit about anything else.
I have very middle of the path, like beliefs, like very common social, like socially do whatever the fuck you want, capitalism wise, like leave me alone.
Libertarian.
Yeah, by and large.
That's kind of how I am too. People call me a fence sitter. Do you ever been called a fence sitter?
Never once. To be honest, like I never have been.
Well,
but no.
people probably never ask you like supercharged questions.
No, I just don't. I like, obviously there was a decision for us of like media wise, like, do we want to get into politics? And I was like, no, man, I want to talk business. And the only thing that I'll ever do is like, if something affects business, I'll mention it. But it's more like, here's how you can capitalize on this. Like, oh, like Big Beautiful Bill, there's like, new elements for real estate that are depreciation for real estate professionals, which is actually really interesting. It's like, okay, so how can you use this as a business owner to like offset your income? Like, okay, that's cool. But like the other side of politics, like most of my politics is tax related.
Yeah, and when you're capitalism focused and like personal business growth focused, then there's really only one option out of the two. Especially if you have a successful business.
Yeah.
It's hot here.
It is hot here. It's dry though, which is better than wet and hot, which is Texas. Texas heat is way tougher than this. Georgia heat, like
Miami,
Southeast,
all that stuff.
Super tough. Like this is fine, and it's like 100 days of the year, and then the other, whatever, 200 and something are like great.
I can't believe you didn't like Austin, man.
It was like it was super political, and it was like super blue and super red, and there's always all this conflict and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, the weather is tough. I think it's way worse than Vegas. And so Leila and I, the year that we sold, we took one-way tickets just from place to place to place for the whole year, which was awesome. It was like, let's stay in Denver, but like we just like stayed in Denver until we were like, I'm good on Denver. Let's go Salt Lake City, and then we like went there.
Did you do Cleveland?
No, I didn't do Cleveland. The hard streets of Cleveland. No, then we went to Vegas and we stayed here for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, I like it here. And so we had all our stuff in Texas, and I just was like, let's just leave it, whatever. Let's just rent a condo here on the Strip. And so that's what we did. And then it's been 4 or 5 years.
I guess, how do you not get sucked into the Vegas lifestyle? Because man, I have withdrawn 10K every day for the past 4 days now.
Yeah.
And it's all gone.
I think entrepreneurs are super gambly, right? I think we gamble a lot. I just gamble in different ways. Yeah. I just want to have like house odds. I want to have house odds. So it's like if we put the launch on, we spent probably, I don't know, $10-15 million before even the launch even started, probably more. I don't know.
How?
Ads, the books themselves. Like there's
Dude, can I ask, because I'm looking at this book back there, and even these ones. It has such simplicity in how it looks. Was that an intentional?
100%. I wanted it to be accessible for like kids.
So interesting. You don't like really see that type of simplicity these days. I feel like everything is just trying to be as loud as possible.
I think the reason that my content has done disproportionately well is because I speak at a 5th grade level when it comes to business. I'm talking to you guys, but like I'm talking like the generic business stuff. I'm like, we got to make it faster. We have to make it easier for writing copy, more good stuff, less bad stuff, right? And so like, how do we make the time go from them buying to them getting shorter, right? And so I'll talk more in that way. And that took time to learn. But I think the content is done disproportionately well because of that. And secondarily, because I define terms. As simple as that is. Like, people use words that other people don't understand. And as soon as they hear a word they don't understand the rest of what you're saying. And so defining terms that most people have that are amorphous. So it's like, we said value earlier. It's like, what the fuck is value? Right? And so actually breaking things down into things that you can observe. And so like all of my content is always focused on the observable reality. And so that makes a lot of things easier. So to your point about like, man, I feel like it's like this feeling. I'm like, totally. How do you have this feeling? It's like, well, you have seen stuff that had good things happen and you saw stuff that had bad things happen. And over time, that cycle of this thing good, this thing bad start to get imprinted. And then you're like, okay, now I can just recognize patterns easier. Different words, but fundamentally it's like, how do I get good at brand? It's like, well, you study stuff that did well, study stuff that didn't do well, and do more of the stuff that does well for related to whatever your industry is.
But you also live a little bit in the meta world, because I have here in my PDF that you like philosophy. Who's your favorite philosopher?
It's a good one.
Don't say some crazy shit, dude. If you say something I don't know, I'm gonna. No. Which you are probably going to be honest.
No. I'll give you my favorite philosopher. Like my favorite philosophical answer, which is kind of dark, but I really like it. Is like, what's the meaning of life? And it's like, the reason you don't kill yourself is the meaning of your life. And I thought that was like actually really profound. It's like, so what, like someone's like, I don't know what the meaning of my life is. And you're just like, well, why don't you kill yourself? It sounds dark, but it's super aggressive, but it like cuts to the absolute point of like, okay, well, I mean, my mom, my family, it's like, great. That's the meaning of your life.
Wow.
And the thing is that can change.
That actually was really substantial. Like, what's the first thing that pops in your mind when you ask somebody that question? That's actually incredible.
And I think people just haven't recognized it. I think being okay with like, maybe the meaning of my life is this thing. And the thing is that the answer to that question can also change. It doesn't mean that the meaning of life has to be this one thing for the entirety of your life. It can change.
What do you do with that intel? What you can then build around it, you think?
Yeah, because I take the position that meaning is entirely self-generated. Like we create meaning. We decide that these things are meaningful. And so because of that, you can create and destroy meaning as you see fit.
So once again, that's very like useful and logical info. But like, what about when you get a little bit more like, like, let's have a conversation about Rene Descartes for a second. Let's talk about some let's talk about some like dualism. Like, dude, do you think that a super civilization somewhere else in potentially a different paradigm is controlling our actions on a daily basis?
I have no idea.
Is it just tell me if you think it's possible? Is it possible?
I think it's possible. But so I think so my razor for everything is, what does it change about my behavior? And so are we in a simulation? Are we not a simulation? I put zero effort towards that because it changes nothing about what I do.
Wow.
It's a great way to think about things like that.
Control what you can control.
Yeah, right. I just get so curious.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what the UAPs are, dude.
Come on,
what's a UAP?
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Oh, phenomenon.
Maybe even a USP.
Or unidentified anomalous phenomena now, because they're underwater too, bro.
Ooh.
They're
and
underwater.
those are called USPs.
Unidentified submerged objects.
I have zero curiosity.
No, come on.
Yeah. No, towards that. Like, it just changes nothing. I mean, like, if they find out they're aliens, I'd be like, well, this now changes how I behave, and now I'm interested. But like, until then, I'm like,
do you live in a bubble?
Probably.
Sick bubble you got here,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a dope bubble.
Yeah. No, the three most important questions that I think about for any like really hard thing that comes up is logic, evidence, utility, which is like, what does that mean? How do you know that? And why should I care? And so,
logic, evidence, utility.
Yeah.
What does it mean? How do I know that? Why do I care?
Someone's like, I'm really stressed out. I'm like, what does stressed out mean to you? And then they're like, well, people get all these bubbles of like, oh, this emotion. It's like, what does stressed out mean to you? Does it mean that you got a text or somebody trolled you? And it's like, and that's creating some reaction. Okay, got it. So that's what stressed out means, is someone says bad stuff. Got it. Okay. How do you know it was bad? How do you know it was about you? Do you know, like, okay, what does it affect? Okay, got it. And then why does it matter? Does it affect you in some way? Are you losing business as a result? Can you not get a date because of that? Well, it hasn't really changed anything. Great. So logically, sure, this stressed you out. Like, you know it because you've seen it, because you can show the thing. Did it change anything about the way I live? No. So I don't really care.
With that last part being the most important part.
Yeah.
Like, it's, dude, like, so many people getting hung up on so many things that do not affect their. You truly have streamlined your reality to only include the things that are ultimately necessary to the success of that reality, which is really incredible. It's really incredible. And for someone who lives, by the way, on the exact opposite fucking brother, on the exact, dude, I know every single thing that every single person who has ever lived in the history of this world is doing right now. I know where they're gonna be tonight. I know what party is at every casino tonight. I know every piece of useless bullshit that could ever exist except for like my purpose, like, or anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and like even that, like, do you know what I'm saying? Me and you are like kind of polar opposites in a lot of ways. But I'm inspired today. I really am, dude. I really am inspired.
What are you inspired to do?
To streamline, certainly, and even just some of the tactics, because I can still be that. And by the way, I should say this. All jokes aside, I do love that for myself in a lot of ways. I've created a very adaptable, versatile human that, you know, does a lot of room work and can do a lot of things, but I need this damn book, bro. I think that's what it is. I think I need to figure out a little bit more ways to apply, because I've got the funnel. I know how to fill the funnel.
Michael, could you give me my phone real quick?
Oh, is this sounds fun.
Yeah, can you grab it?
This sounds fun.
Yeah.
Is this an exercise?
Yeah, I think you'll like
Hell
it.
yeah,
Ooh,
dude.
Yeah.
While he gets your phone, can I ask you, because logic, evidence, utility, breaking that down, making it make sense. Why should you care? How much mental energy do I allocate for said problem, if there is one? I want to ask you, because you seem like you're probably pretty good at relieving stress, or even deciding whether or not it's something to stress out about.
Yeah. What
is the last great challenge that you've had?
Launching the book and do 100 million in a weekend. I was like, that took me time to plan.
How do you just know answers?
No.
Well, that was a big challenge. I mean,
sorry.
It just happened.
Sorry. let me. Yeah, that's true. Let me be a little more specific. I guess, like, sorry. All right. What is the last biggest problem you faced? Not necessarily challenge. The book makes sense. I'm wondering, like, when you I'm wondering if you've hit a big road bump recently, or like there was an obstacle and you had to, like,
deal with it.
Yeah.
Two things. So Leila had some serious health issues throughout the year, still working through them. That sucked, because, you know, we have the whole business. A lot of people rely on her, and she was like, I can't, like I need you to just not do that. And she's both my business partner and my wife, and so it kind of like affects on both sides. That was tough. And I think sometimes it's like, in my head, I call them like kick them in the nuts problems. Like, there's some problems that, like, you just have to take. Like, there's no, like, what do I do about this? How does this change my life? It's like nothing. You have to suffer. That's all. Like, you just have to suffer and suffer well. That's it. And so, like, I'll give you the simplest example. So, like, imagine you have a newborn, right?
Yeah.
So imagine your kid. What's your best Pokemon, like the most valuable Pokemon card you have?
I have a PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator.
Okay, that. Let's say all of a sudden, like, somehow gets into your store and then, like, tears it up and is like 2 years old and just looks at you and you find it.
Nah, that kid's getting sold. That kid's gone, dude.
But there's like, it's one of those, like, what do you, like, they're not old enough to understand.
No, she would have just owe me $5.2 million.
Right.
Yeah, facts.
And it's appreciated. Since,
right.
So, I mean, we're looking at like a $7 to $10 million debt. Yeah. She doesn't have to pay me now, but obviously, like, I would.
She can accrue interest.
Yeah.
Work it out. Yeah. And so, like, that's a problem that, like, you just kick in the nuts. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a kick in the nuts problem. And so I think, like, those are the ones that are like, those are just life overhead. It's a fact. It's like to the degree, like, criticism, which I know you both have tons of experience with, right? It's like, if you do nothing at all, you'll get criticized. If you do anything at all, you'll get criticized.
100%.
So criticism becomes a fixed cost of living.
Dude, I love what you said. It's life overhead.
Yeah. The only people who don't have that are dead.
I have an education fund
Okay.
where it's all the money that I've like blown or lost learning.
Okay.
And I like I just chalk it up to the education fund.
Oh, I call it ignorance tax.
Ignorance tax.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're all paying down ignorance tax every day. And so like for me, like buying education and things like that I did, I just saw I was like, I'm paying down this debt. And I had this, the troll accounts love this story of mine, but like it's still what it is. So I saw this guy present on stage and he was trying to close the room and he asked for one lady at the front and he said, and he wrote $1 million on the whiteboard. And he said, how much do you make, ma'am? And she said, $50,000 a year. And so he wrote $50,000 underneath. And then he subtracted $50,000 from $1 million and said, actually, I think that guy has made a troll video of this example. And he says, you not knowing how to make $1 million a year is costing you $950,000 a year every year that you don't know how to make $1 million. And so fundamentally it's just opportunity costs. That's all it is, right? I mean, and so of course it's like, well, every year you don't make $1 trillion. But the reality is like, yes, it is costing all of us $1 trillion every year. We don't know how to become Elon Musk. Kinda. Like, and it's true when you add more zeros. And so, but like I've always had that frame. So it's like, I just want to pay down that tax as fast as I possibly can. And so I'll pay to get in whatever room I can, anytime I can learn anything from anyone. Like just even seeing you guys today, it's like I wanted to like see how you guys are, because you guys are fucking awesome at media. You guys crush it.
Thanks.
And I was like, this is like it's an awesome learning experience. Like us, like also being able to see the team beforehand. I'm like, okay, what's the team look like? Like what's their dynamic? All this stuff is super valuable. So
why'd you get your phone?
Yeah. So I thought you might find this interesting because you brought up the philosophy thing. So first off, this might be helpful in general for the audience because you're like, okay. What does this 19-year-old do, right? And so first off, it's like, how do we define learning? So like everyone's like, Joe, learn shit. It's like, what does that mean, right? And so learning is just same condition, new behavior. That's all it is. So you are in the same conditions you are, but you change the way you act. If you do that, you've learned. So phone rings and you enter the phone and you say XYZ, you hang up and I say, hey, read the script next time. Phone rings, you read the script, same condition, new behavior. So you've learned, right? So that's learning. If we say that as like baseline. And then from there, it's like, okay, then what is intelligence? So this would be rate of learning. So if some guy takes 5 phone calls, one person takes 2, the person with 5 is not as intelligent as the person with 2, right? And so then that means to a degree, we can actually control, quote, how intelligent we are, because if you change your behavior faster, you are more intelligent by definition. And so it's like, okay, so people are like, oh, what's my IQ? It's like, I don't care. How quickly can you change your behavior, right? And so to this end, like, because you're like, I need these books. So a book that I will get around to writing is, because each of those is just defining terms, what I just did, right? It's like I just defined a term. And so, you can what is, I have so many words in here. It's like resilience. We're talking about like this kind of thematic for us. It's like, okay, resilience is the interval of time an actual bad thing affects you. That's it. So
can I do one? I've defined a term that I'm pretty proud of this.
Yeah. Tell me.
Discipline.
Okay.
What is discipline?
I wonder if I even have this in here. I might have it in here.
Here's what I thought, because, bro, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's one fucking key to life, in my opinion, discipline.
Okay.
I'm fucked.
Discipline's everything, guys.
Dude,
Discipline's everything. It's also really hard.
Yeah.
But when I looked at it like this, it kind of changed how I thought about it.
Okay.
Discipline is action or lack thereof. You either do something or you don't do something.
Okay.
You have discipline.
Oh, so you don't do something you shouldn't do, or you do something you want to do.
I don't like it, dude.
Tell me why.
I'll tell you why. When I think about the term discipline, it at its bare definition, it feels like something that it has pattern involved. Meaning doing something over a course of time,
like action.
Yes.
Oh, like action.
But the way you describe it, in that it seems like a one time, a
consistent
singular
action or lack thereof.
Yes. Okay. That changes the entire. No, but that word's important.
All right.
That word's important.
All right.
But now I think you have a thing there.
Oh, what do you?
So
think?
I would probably, because do you think I was like, how would I define this? So I try to think about like everything that you can observe, right? So it'd be like, for me, discipline would be the number of times you can do a punishing behavior without receiving reward. And so it's like how many, because, and I'll explain why. Because like to me, so let's say, do you need a lot of discipline to have sex?
Hell no.
Right. It's an action though.
Hell no.
So if I have a definition, the idea is like, can I break the definition? If I can break the definition, then it can't be that because then
Yeah,
it means,
fair. Okay,
right?
okay. So wait, what did you
And
say?
so if I and I'll give you a different example I had because I was in the gym space, right? And so I had all these trainers who would like lecture people on how they weren't disciplined, but I was like, y'all aren't disciplined, and they were like, what do you mean? I wake up at 5 a.m. every day and I go to the gym. I was like, because you fucking like it. That's not discipline. It's about doing the things you don't like to do for an extended period of time without getting reward. So the more disciplined you are is how many times can you do a punishing event without receiving reward in a row? And then discipline then becomes not are you disciplined or not disciplined, but how disciplined are you?
Okay, so like for someone who's got to have the discipline to like not pick up a drink, for example, is the punishing behavior
The lack of reward in that instance.
the lack of reward, the reward being getting drunk?
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Yeah.
So this is where
Yeah,
like
yours
language
is better.
matters, but it's like a punishing thing could be something like, ow,
Yours
that
is
hurts.
better than mine.
Or something good that I don't get.
Yeah.
Right? Less good stuff, more bad stuff.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just use that for my
Even
book.
even also can be with one more like little twist to it without an immediate reward.
Yeah.
Because think about it for a second like this. If you have the discipline to eat clean for an extended period of time, you won't see the actual reward of it for that period of time. Does that make sense?
Can you be disciplined without getting a reward ever? Breaking the definition, right? So you said like,
But what exists in that vein though?
well, how many times do people do things? Like, again, I would say like, how many times can you do a punishing thing? And then that would just be the end of it. Because if you could just keep doing a punishing thing forever, then you'd be the most disciplined person, period. Do we need a reward in order to have discipline?
I guess my question is, what could you do that's punishing for a long period of time that doesn't have some sort of positive end result or reward?
I think people live it every day. People do things every day that they don't want to do.
Working a 9 to 5. I mean, what would it be though? Because like every single thing has some sort of reward to it, whether it's a paycheck or 401k, or you go to church with the understanding that you're
No,
going
it's
to
good. Why would you do something that has no reward? I think is what you're saying. Right?
Yeah.
Why would you do something that has no
or
reward?
even more so, like what could?
And I think I think you're right that people don't do things that don't have a reward that they don't like to do. But I think that discipline itself, you could hypothetically do something that has no reward, and I would still define that person as disciplined. I would be like, I don't think there's a good point to that.
Yeah.
I'd say like the guy's got discipline.
like
I
if
wouldn't
you-
do
Yeah.
it, but he seems to think it's
Like
a good
if you hit yourself in the knee with a hammer
idea.
every day,
Yeah.
every single day,
Yeah.
you woke up.
Well, the guy's
smacked-
disciplined.
Yeah. Wow, dude. This dude's really on something here.
Think
dude.
about how silly this is, but like even when you were a kid, like you got disciplined.
Yeah.
Like
I probably should have been disciplined a little bit more, to be honest. I thought I was disciplined enough,
Yeah.
but
what we talk about now is like when people are like, "Oh, Alex likes philosophy." It's like kind of loose. It's more like I just prefer to define terms. Like, what are we talking about? And so this is where like to the degree like, oh, you all get hate clips, I get hate clips, whatever. It's like, well, it's because we don't agree on a definition. And so they'll say, well, I define this word this way. And so in this definition, his word means bad things.
how would you define
Timbuktu.
Timbuktu?
Yeah, the guy in Timbuktu.
Tuscaloosa. How would you describe immature, grow up, 40, settle down, start a family?
Wait, sorry.
Exactly, I know. What I'm saying is this. How would you describe, define, ageism? Do you need to grow up in life?
So my honest response would be like, what does growing up mean?
I've been getting a lot of mean people lately.
Settle down, start a family.
40, grow up, start a family.
You?
L.
Grow up,
Chat.
start
So
a family.
I
settle
take
down.
all criticisms from, this might be helpful because it's helped me a lot, which is like, he lives his life in a way that I would not prefer. All criticism just comes down to that. He
Yeah.
lives his life in a way that I would not prefer.
Live
I'd be
and
like,
let-
great, then
live and-
live your
live-
life in the way that you prefer.
So live and let live.
And
why
I will-
is that so? That live and let live is one of the most known
Yeah.
things to ever exist, and the internet has made it completely unacceptable. It's such a weird thing to me. Like when I see somebody, we almost got into politics there. I was going to use an example that I'll just skip today because I was going to say a dude in a dress, but.
Yeah.
We'll just skip it. But when I see somebody doing something that I wouldn't do,
Sure.
I'm just like, dude, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people see me and I still go out and I'm in the mix and I'm on the scene and I haven't You know, at 30, had the kids. At 30, you know, like 28, had the wife. 30, the kids. 35, the business is supposed to sell. White picket fence, golden retriever, first divorce, second wife, 40. Like, I'm not following the fucking pattern. And to the TikTok kids, and it's become like a joke now. We talk about it on a lot of shows. To the TikTok kids, they don't get that. They don't understand why this pattern. Because you know what? They've probably never done heroin, okay, to be completely honest with you. And that will really sidetrack things, okay, a little bit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you live an exceptional life?
Dude, I live a fucking odd life. I live an adventure that, like, truthfully, and I really, really mean this, very, very few people on this planet could ever fucking relate to.
And so to me, I would say that you live an exceptional life if we use exceptional as
I would as well.
Yeah.
And so, like, then it would make sense that you would be an exception.
This guy's on.
Dude.
This guy's on.
Dude, you got tiger blood, man.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
Holy
do. Yeah.
shit.
Thanks for also letting us host Charlie Sheen next.
Oh, yeah. No, so, like, I have, like, 80 or more of these definitions of, like, I'm not going to get into
Dude,
them. But, like,
they're fucking awesome.
Dude, you're always just thinking
no,
and writing?
No. This is sick.
Is this a notes app? Or where are you
it's
tracking
just like my document of just all of these terms that I've, like,
on
defined over
like
time.
a Google sheet?
Yeah, just a Google sheet.
Can I tell you from something in our world which we call viewer retention?
Yeah.
I wish we started with this instead of how to convert a cycle of
Dude, we
a
could
funnel.
just cut the
How we
cut
could
the front
convert a
half, dude.
fucking-
Just cut the front half.
He's
I don't
right.
give
Cut
a
the
shit.
front half. We'll cut the
Dude, I
front
don't
half.
No, let's just replace the front. Yo, let's do the first ever juxtapose. Let's just take the front half. So
Dude,
like,
do it.
So like
Seriously.
right now is going to be the intro to the episode.
No.
Dude, we're living an exceptional life here. You know? No, but, like, I mean, obviously this is much wider, wider stuff, and we could have started there. But I actually, so when you guys came in, I was like, I figured, and I probably should have just, like, asked, but I figured that because you guys come from the creator world, a creator, which I don't even really consider myself to be one, but, like, I technically make content, doing 100 million plus in 72 hours. I haven't heard of anyone doing any close to that. And I figured that would have been the thing that you guys were, like, most interested in. So I was like, maybe they want to talk about this a lot, but, like, I guess you're always like, they don't fucking care.
No, we do care. I mean, bro, that's fucking insane, by the way. That's
cool.
insane, and you're right. No one's done that except us with Prime. But other than
When you did you I was like, did you do that the first day or two?
the first what?
In the first couple of days when you launched it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, that would have been fucking
No,
amazing.
I'm joking. No. That's the volume, and that amount of time has never been done before.
Yeah.
And you're gonna beat it too, I bet. You're gonna beat it. You just got to make another series.
Yeah.
But this rollout is really strategic.
Thanks.
And using the practices in the book to then market the final book, bro, it's fucking brilliant.
And then the people buy the books, read the books, use the books, then come to our investment firm.
This dude's coming for this episode for
And
sure.
the
He's like, so what you're going to do is you're going to write the books, and in the books, there's going to be books. And you're going to use the books to market the books. And then if you write enough books, the books will start to market their own books. And then you're not going to be trying to make 100 million. You're going to be trying to make 100 trillion, million, billion. And then you get 36 units, drop it in a diversified fund. Dude, that guy's great.
dude,
bro.
why only $100 million offers? You couldn't do a $1 billion offer?
yeah,
Like,
100 trillion.
why so lame?
No, but that is a valid question. When I watch his videos, I am like, if we're just picking numbers, like, why not? Like, let's hit $1 trillion though.
Yeah, but it is good that you actually hit the number.
Yeah.
That definitely
that was
helped.
key.
That definitely helped.
Yeah.
You were like, dude, thank God, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I mean, you go into it and, like, you're like, I fucking hope. Like, I try to have as much insurance as we could, and I wanted to be Prince Harry. Actually, no royal family, don't come after me. But what really pissed me off was that when I looked at the nonfiction book records, 9 of the top 10 were politicians, and I was like, well, that's fucked. I was like, all of them have this media that was tax dollar driven, and then they get their payday afterwards. And I was like, well, that feels weird. And so I felt like one of us should have that record, just like the people who pay the taxes, the people who, like, do all that, do it, we're in the game.
Yeah.
And so that was like the catalyst behind being like, let's break this fucking record.
I wonder if your audience is gonna fuck with us in this episode.
My audience?
Yeah.
No,
Sometimes we have guests on who have a really devoted audience that like we were talking, like we might get your audience. We feel like might clown us.
Wait, what? I didn't say that.
I
in
have
the
business
car.
owners. Like, I have, like, legitimate people who have employees and families.
I
like,
think they're gonna be like, these dudes are fucking dope.
Yeah, but no.
Or
but
one
no,
of them
but
might be on dope.
Do you remember when we went? We did Brian Johnson. We had dinner at his house.
BJ.
Remember we had the
He's
dinner?
a sweetheart. He's like the nicest
really
guy. in the
nice
world.
guy.
He's
Yeah, very
awesome.
nice guy.
I thoroughly enjoyed my time with him. I think he's fantastic. But we had dinner with him. He invited us to a dinner. He asked us the questions he asked, and I provided pushback, asked questions. I thought it was a really productive dinner. Man, his audience ate us alive in the comments. Ate me alive in the comments. Yeah, it was. I found it kind of odd. Like I want to live long too and like be healthy and do all that stuff. But I was just providing like what seemed to be.
Yeah,
like
but you
some-
also have like dabbed so many times, bro.
dabbed.
What's
this thing?
Yeah, like you've like you can't go. Like, bro, you can't go to like a science thing after you did that so many times. Bro.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? So last night when we were out, Marshmello was DJing.
I know. I remember
that song alone.
Yeah.
That was my dab
I
song,
know.
and I almost started.
No, you did. No, I'm telling you did. You started doing it. So I can understand the audience. Like, there's
Yeah.
like, what does he know about longevity?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
No, my people
so
are cool.
many tabs, bro.
We have like an anti-troll audience. Like my audience is just.
really?
They're,
All
dude,
right,
they're,
all right.
they're business owners. They're business owners, or the people who want to get into business. But either way, if they follow my stuff, then they know it's like I'm so anti-victim everything. Like if you are a pussy in any or whatever, I don't know. Like, if you are
No, you can say it on our show. Fucking say it.
if you're a
dude.
pusillanimous, right? In any way, like you will not like my stuff.
Yeah.
And so like one of the other pieces that like I think about a lot, which is like if criticism is fixed or hatred is fixed, I think the quality of your hater, right? Like
Stop. This is the most important part. I
love it.
No,
Yeah.
this is the most important part ever because him and I differ a lot because we're from different generations.
Yeah, and I have some high quality haters.
No, he does. He does.
yeah.
No,
I
you
got
don't.
some- I do. I have some
Yeah,
legit
that's
ones.
true.
Yeah.
But I've always said to him, I remember from the very fucking beginning, he always was big on crowdsourcing feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I only want to hear feedback from specific generals and my counsel. I truly do not give a single shit what the little kid on TikTok has to say, even if it gets 27,000 likes. I don't care because it's just 27,000 more of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
that's
like
true.
when they put
Yeah.
Unk, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or like something of that nature, and it gets a bunch of likes. I'm like, okay, what does this dude who made $1.2 billion in actual liquid cash think about the situation?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Last year, right?
Yeah.
And I'll go to, and ask him his opinion on it.
Yeah.
And it differs very greatly from Unk, grow up, start a family, settle down. So I'm a big counsel in general guy.
Yeah.
I want to talk to my advisors. I want to know what they think. And then I go with that data. And
What's the quality of your hater?
Yeah.
I love that.
that's sick.
I
Right.
love that.
Like if you have absolutely like trash haters, then you're like, okay, I'm doing great.
But also,
like it would make sense that they hate me. Like I empathize with the fact that I would find me offensive if I shared your worldview.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But that's also a inverse or self-canceling situation because there's no such thing as a successful hater. They don't exist.
As soon as you get in the game and you actually
That's not true.
take some action.
But they're rare.
Yeah, there are.
bro.
You're right. There are some people who
dude,
take
they're rare.
shots,
Once
yeah.
you start making money, bro, and you start doing cool stuff, like, dude, you're not looking at people like.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like the majority of people that hate because they're projecting their own insecurities. And once you get some credibility, some money,
Yeah. You just stop caring as much because you're into your own stuff.
Yeah.
Except you have a couple of high quality haters apparently.
I do for sure. I mean, bro, I'm a.
Say their names, punk.
So their name's Unk. How would I say this? Like, Logan Paul hate really sells.
Yeah.
It really sells, and a few people have chosen to dip into that never-ending
You're super
well.
hateable.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I
mean,
hate
like
you.
you're well, what, you're 6'2", 6'3"?
6'2".
Blonde hair,
Yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes, jacked.
dreamy.
Married to a hot girl. You know, you've got a $1 billion plus, company.
My daughter's really cute too, dude.
That's
like she's just
she's
so. fucking-
okay. I was like, she's super young, right? I was like, what are we talking?
Yeah, she's,
you mean like cute kid?
she's
She's
1 year old.
like,
She's 1 year old.
Yeah.
And by the way, I feel like that kind of upset people too. Like, I think the one thing they maybe were hoping for is like maybe his kid will be ugly.
Yeah.
No, bro.
But yeah, it's like so you're
Dyslexic.
super hateable, right? And so like I like the natural extreme, and independent of whatever your religious views on, most people would agree that like Jesus was a positive figure. Most people will leave it there, right? It's like the guy was crucified. the vast majority of religious figures in general had gruesome, gruesome deaths. And so, like, if these guys who were generally good, even across other world religions too, met those kind of ends, then, like, who am I to be so arrogant to think that I am above getting hate?
Yeah.
That makes so much sense too.
And they're all better people than I am. So
Damn,
I'm like,
you should try that the next time you get a bunch of hate poured on you.
This guy's fucking legit as shit.
No, you are, dude.
Oh
like,
my
basically,
God,
in
bro.
short, like, yeah.
I'm buying all your books. I'm buying all your fucking books. Bro, this is sick. You should do instead of money model books next, maybe like a self-help or like confidence, self-growth type.
I wanted to my like big mission was like I wanted to have verified blue check $1 billion status. Like right now, paper money is like I want to get the very, very clear. And then at that point, I want to say, because I'm such a big proof guy, I always want to like, how do you know my shit works? It's like, well, the book about monetization made $100 million in a weekend. So like, that's how you know the stuff inside of it works. And I used 12 of the 15 strategies.
The books marketed the own books. And then
No, but like, so like to the self-help thing, right? It's like, well, I started this many years ago on the floor, and I'll just show you like what the progression was from there. And I think the reason so much of the quote haters or the comment section or whatever feel the way they do is because they don't see reality accurately.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
They hated Jesus too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they don't see.
I'm gonna start saying that to people. Like, yo, why don't you ever do legs? Hey, man, they hated Jesus too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they live in a distorted view of the world.
No, that's 100%.
I have a really hard time interacting with that type of person in real life. When I like a fully delusional human being, I've had to cut ties because of we don't see reality the same way. And so when you say something or when I say something, you don't hear what I say, or I don't understand what you're saying because that's not what happened. That's not what transpired.
And by the way, that's also fine. Yeah. They just go and live their life.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
That's true. And by the way, that's where I don't become a hater. I just go, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Dude, do you know what's crazy? I can actually say, truthfully, and I really mean this, there's not a single person on this planet that I hate. I really mean that. There's not a single person on this entire planet that I think it's because I just don't truthfully give a shit enough. Because hatred is really rooted in caring so deeply about
you do have to care.
Someone else's life.
You really have to care.
You know what I'm saying? Or even potentially caring so little about your own life that you're able to give that attention to someone else. I'm too selfish to hate someone else.
Yeah.
I only care about myself. And my mom. I do love my mom. She's good. Yeah, she's great.
So sweet.
She's great. Hey, so we got to get ready for Charlie.
I'm
going to be honest.
We do.
Yeah, you're good.
Dude, this has been great.
This was sick.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I told him. I said it's going to be a good one.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, just cut the first half and then.
No. Maybe we'll slim down some
I
of
have
them.
no ego with it. Like, do whatever you want.
No, we're leaving everything. Alex Hormozi, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, thanks for joining us in your own studio. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, buy his books, because the book market their books, and the books can tell you to help sell you more books.
And if you're poor, they're free.
We'll see you later. Peace.
See ya.